All right, let's get started right here. We are covering a Friday Night Fights Wargames event. Wargames number 6, Game 2. Every month they host 2 of these, and we're just going to see how things play out. So how it works is you got a blue 4 and an op 4. Both sides are fighting for control across various sectors here. There's also some additional objectives, which I will talk about. Otherwise, main way for both sides to score points is to score these sectors here. We have all these secondaries there. Blue 4 is going to be on the top left of Sumava, op 4 bottom right of the carved out portion of Sumava to make this AO. Both sides get an airstrip. Looks like it's going to be NATO versus Russia here for this event, and we have a few bonus objectives in play. Let's go ahead and have a look at them. So the caches are destroyable, but these two have drones in them, so whoever finds these caches can utilize them. We have 2 other caches that have mortars in them. Looks like it is potentially 2 of them inside of one location. The drones are on the other side. And then there is a terminal. These might just be actually listed twice, maybe for blue 4 and 1 for op 4, so it's 1 per. It's just double listed. But then the terminal, basically, after attacked, it reveals everyone's position on the map for, I believe, a minute, if I recall the game settings correctly. So, you know, like a UAV recon and, gosh, any Call of Duty game. So good to grab that when times are getting tough, especially to clean up the opponents. But otherwise, mortars are interesting, and then we have some recon drones to also potentially be used. Both sides are going to have an option of having additional assets, but it looks like we are going to get started. So it's a 15-minute save start. I'm going to set up a 20-minute prediction for you guys, and let's get underway. Blue 4, op 4. And let's break it down. So, blue 4, actually we got the mission details here. I forgot it's their template. Blue 4, it's sectors, and then the 3 objectives we saw, 4 sectors. The sectors have a shit ton of points, so usually you don't win by points. Usually it's by elimination, and then we see an obvious victor emerge. Otherwise, 3,000 meters of render distance, 100 fortify points. I don't think that matters, though. Fortify color is going to be green, and it's a 180-minute round, so it's actually 3 hours. Huh. With a 15-minute save start. AO, small-sized fobs in town, surrounded with forests and hills. It's just, we have really big text there. It's just talking about the weather and everything. Oh, boy. All right, FNF rules applies with addition of the following rules. You are not allowed to lone wolf. You have to follow the chain of command. 1 squad, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta are allowed to start per sector. Players can teleport between the sectors at 15-minute save start. Echo 1-4 will need all 3 players in the squad to operate. At the start, platoon leader, missile specialist, and assistant specialist, so they have AT teams. Echo 1-4's team leader can be left out if the missile specialist and interesting, missile specialist directly connect to one of the main squads. So merge, but are not allowed to teleport to the objective within the first 15 minutes. Helicopters are allowed to leave the border play zone, but no more than 500 meters over the edge, but not towards enemy base or spawn. It's not allowed to build on top of buildings, reinforce inside. Blocking windows is fine, blah, blah. So they might start with a few zones captured, actually, so those 4 to 5 points do matter. It's not allowed to steal enemy radios or uniforms. Camping or attacking enemy bases is not allowed. Op 4, blue 4 spawns. It's not allowed to rearm the common objectives with the rearm vehicles, which I believe are the mortars and the drones. It's not allowed to airlift common objectives, crates, or assets with the helicopters intended for troop transport and recon. It's not allowed to rearm the artillery vehicle if the chosen as a benefit, so artillery is limited. For fair play, any intention to affect gameplay or balance within the mission that would go outside the standard knowledge, blah, blah, blah. Considered as cheese or metagame is not allowed if in doubt as nemesis. Win conditions, capture and hold 4 sectors. A sector takes 120 seconds to capture. Sectors can be lost or recaptured. So if you just grab all 4 sectors, you win. Team holding the most sectors at the end wins. If tied, the team with the most points tied to the sectors wins. There is no overtime. Hard limit is 15-minute save start followed by 165 minutes of gameplay. Total is 3 hours. Fair. All right, log. Probably not going to see. Performance tweaks are high. Yeah, for missions like this, we don't have to worry about the OCAP. Let's go ahead and look at Blue 4. So, let's look at Blue 4's weaponry. They're the Finnish Defense Force. Interesting. All right, so we've got the R95 or 93. It's the Finnish 5.56 AK. They've got Mark 11s. We have the Finnish auto rifle. We've got their 72 law equivalent, their PKM equivalent, probably to fire 7.62x51 NATO. We have tripods for guns as well as tow launchers. We have an M107, and then we have commandos probably with SCAR Ls. And then we've got MP7s. They've got 2 transports. Those actually could be commander repair vehicles of some sort. Usually you get 2 sets of triple R.
Send in Goat Team 6.
Pinky promise the server won't kill itself.
Pinky promise the server won't kill itself.
Val, thanks for the 81-month resub. I'm not worried so much about the server. I'm worried about you killing my interface. Don't do that again, please. Mercy. Mercy. But, thanks for the 81-month resub, buddy. Malin hosts FNF these days. He's the guy that runs it. Head honcho. Otherwise, hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Funny, though. No! All right, otherwise, we've got 10 Humvees here. We've got 3 CV-9030s, which are their IFVs, 8 Land Rover Transport, 6 Leo 2A6 main battle tanks, Leopards, 2 NH-90 Transport helicopters. Here's our copies of Triple R. So what's the TGB? Is that just the command vehicle? Malin, if you can clarify, that'd be great. 8 transport trucks, 3 MH6 Little Birds, so those are just transport, 2 standing static M2s, and then 2 high 240s. Looking at Op 4 is going to be Russian Spetsnaz. So AK-74, they're mobile spawn points. Gotcha. I figured it was something command related like that, so Op 4 will have some as well. We'll get to those. Probably the radio vehicles are the mobile spawn points. Otherwise, 3 BMP-3s to counter. I wonder if they still have their ATGM rounds, but otherwise, 2 mobile spawn vehicles, 2 sets of Triple R, 8 UAZs, 4 T90s, 2 PKMs, 2 MI8 heavies, 2 Cord statics, 8 KAMAZ trucks, 3 KA60s, and 8 Gaz transports. Looking at our player base here, I'm going to name them all. We got Cats leading for Blue 4 with Curie as the 2IC, as the platoon medic. Pi leading Alpha with Jones and Guy Ferrari. Wow, one of the old Papega Pirates players is here. They're under Alpha. Alpha 1 is Nekomata Nafs, Bayant, and Flux. Oh, so we've got a few Papega players here. We also have Bayant here. So some really old school heavy hitters we normally don't see anymore. That's awesome. We got Oliver and Batty in Alpha 2. Bravo 1 has Ferrix, Ser, and Draperhard together. Delta has Squanchy and Malik. Delta 1 has ASR, Tito, and SK. Delta 2 has Jivu, Demackles, Fox, Scrovy, and Glitchfinder. Echo 1 has Carboner and Iander. And Iander does have AT. No. It is his Maz. All right.
How's your Saturday been going?
Mexicon, thanks for the 29-month resub. It's been going good. We've got a few more streams to do today. I am happy to show you guys all this fun stuff. Nonetheless, thanks for the resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Otherwise, we got Whiplash with Echo 2, Yanni and Dobbs as well. Kane is here with Arma Jesus. So, yeah, quite a few heavy hitters in Blue 4 so far. Sam being FPS Freak and Echo 4. Remember, the Echo teams basically have the option to take AT or AA. Little lag spike there. But otherwise, Foxtrot is Purton and Cullis. Looks like they're going to be the marksman teams with the M107s. And then Nemesis and SL Dream taking another team here. Kaiser, Rapiria, and TK Light also being one of these teams. Looks like they've got multiple tubes here. No, they're going to be an engineer team because they have engineer slots. Interesting. Audrey Hotto and Azariah. So, fun fact, Audrey Hotto, last FNF Wargame event, got 26 kills and beat his own record in FNF. So he's back with Azariah to field another vehicle to see if they can further beat it. Scav and Steve in another vehicle, and Head and Gek in the third vehicle crew. Otherwise, Depso going to be commanding for Op 4. Let's go ahead and have a look. There's a few additional guns that I want to see what they are. Op 4 are giving suppressed T5000s. So smaller caliber than the 50 cal, but they're suppressed. Interesting choice. Otherwise, Alpha being led by Tuntamatan, excuse me, with Sumu and Paolo. Alpha 1 has Boyati leading Jesse, Remio, Maman, Pijeru, Kulti, and Mika. Mika. Tom are leading Alpha 2 with Omri, Ellie, Benny, Raz, and Tom. Sirius leading Bravo with Father Shadow under him. God's Warp, Rodakinos, Mikaros, and Angelos under Bravo 2. Charlie has Bates leading Capo, Riley, France, and Gazag. Emil leading Charlie 1, one, I don't see leadership actually, so I just take it from the top. With Murray, Norris, Marstick, Ashen, Kabubi Face, Waldo, you're seeing those notifications there. I'll tell you what those are in a second. So one of their Echo teams is Waldo and Fancy. And they're in the vehicle, so I'm not going to be able to tell what specific weapon they have. Killer J alone in this team. Foxtrot, so they're only fielding 1.5 Echo teams. Interesting. We see Kremet, Bluck, Zixby, and Rizbo in a Foxtrot team. These guys usually have the snipers, so I see 2 T-5000s in play there. And then we also have another team here, Foxtrot 3. I'm assuming this is their engineer team to match the other one. Looks like they got some drones in play as well, but that's Saravog, Arkan, and Fren. And then vehicle crews, Fawns, T, and Ghost in one crew. Another has Enzio, Tika, and Hoxer, and then Pupper and Tom's in the third vehicle crew. So we have a lot of heavy hitters in Blue 4. Interesting. Otherwise, we see that one squad is able to teleport to their starting sectors here, so we already see everyone starting in those areas there, and we can see the point tallies for both. So Delta has decided to start in the group here. We have... Who is that if I were to scroll away? Alpha starting in this area, and then for Op4's Alpha starting in the closer sector, and then the further sector has Bravo starting in it. Otherwise, looking at the destroy objectives here, but those notifications were to basically say that they're teleporting up and starting to fortify those positions. All right, that, I believe, is the mortar. The drones are tucked away over here. You got to understand they don't have the specific marker for it. They just have a search zone. So that one is in this house tucked away. And then the terminal also randomly in this yellow search zone. And again, that is for the brief reveal of all enemy forces on the map for like a minute, is tucked away back there. Otherwise, safe zones drop in 5 minutes. Gonna be honest, if I were to bet on this, I'd probably bet Blue 4 because we have a lot of old guard heavy hitters that do not play regularly anymore that have come back for this fun little event. Gonna be honest though, I want to see if Audrey Hotto can do something crazy in this scenario. I am not betting Congo stuff for this stream. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I want you guys to focus on doing well in the ops, because today you kind of got your asses kicked. So I'm curious, Blue 4 has 6 tanks. And I thought I saw Op4 only have 4. Oh, they do have a Tu-95 though, so I guess they got the cruise missile advantage. So we see a tank there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm assuming the last crew took a tank already because they're starting with an even amount. Yeah, so that's 5, and then the 6th one's right there. Okay, yep. So the rest of them are probably going to convoy in, and we'll see if any plans bear to fruition. It's just going to take a while for both players to develop stuff. Man, would it be cool if we had a little bit of jet combat, you know, some MiGs versus, I forget what this specific Finnish plane is. I think it's a Gripen. Might not be a Gripen, it might be something else, but you know, if only. It is a Gripen? Yep. I'm curious to know if these have ATGMs compared to the BMP-3. But I think they only have the autocannon, whereas the BMP-3s have the main cannon. But the main cannon might have just been unscripted, so it only has the autocannon. Very good Malin questions, but Malin might be playing. I don't remember if I named him, though, so... we'll see. Overall, I mean, not really much else to go on here. This is definitely a vehicle's paradise. You have absolutely no idea? Fair. You sit in admin? Gotcha. Big open fields, a lot of room for vehicles to just absolutely massacre people, especially in some of the areas that are FOBs. I mean, you can literally just bombard those from afar. Mortars might be useful, might not be. I think the real heavy hitters are going to be the tanks and the IFEs. Between that, it's going to be up to the Echo teams to seek and destroy those vehicles to take them out. We're probably going to see a lot of backline play where, you know, some infiltrators from both sides. Blue 4 is going to have guys to the south trying to find where Op4's vehicles are, where their respawn vehicles are, where their triple R is, and then Op4 is probably going to swarm. But you got to remember, if you take both of your opponent's sectors and keep your own at any time in the game, you just win by proxy. So if either side is not doing good site security, they will lose. So from there, we're just going to have to see how things play out. The ATGM version has a larger box. Yeah, because that's the ATGM shooters, so... That's what I'm saying. The BMP3, though, it has the big, you know, tank gun that also fires those ATGM shells. I just don't know if it's been unscripted, but hey, we'll figure it out. If not, slight Op4 advantage, but the skill level on Blue 4, not to say Op4 is inferior, it's just a lot of Op4 names I have not seen, you know, some of them I have not seen do heavy PvP before, so I don't know how they're going to go, but, you know, anything's possible when it gets to this type of stuff. Beyond that, objectives are about 1 kilometer to 1.5 kilometers away from each other. Looks like it's the 1.5 kilometer distance between the two, the border zones, and about 1 kilometer per. AO positioning-wise, if you get on a decent position to look at Op4s, you can also have a decent position to basically look at both, actually. One's kind of tucked away, but you can just, you know, pull a little more. So Blue 4 can potentially assault both at the same time, whereas defending both, Blue 4, I mean, we got the other one kind of tucked away behind this tree line right here. I can't see any really good positions for Op 4 to assault that position from another area. So, the render distance is at a maximum 3 kilometers, though. So, I mean, I think I only have a click and a half, so we might see units just outright engage each other from even longer ranges. Overall, game is about to begin. We'll see what specifically both sides are fielding in terms of vehicles. I'm going to quickly just have a look at both bases because I just want to see. All right, we have a squad loaded in the Mi-8 Heavy. They do have the gun turrets, though, which is nice. And looking at Blue 4, we have a squad, about a fire team loaded in the vehicles here. Meanwhile, Blue 4 deploying with 3 tanks. 3 Land Rovers. We have a mobile respawn vehicle deploying, and it looks like your group is going to start fielding Triple R into the zone as well, with the ammo vehicle already moving. Other side of Blue 4 here, we've got 1 Humvee, 1 Land Rover, 2 additional Land Rovers, and a transport truck on the way. Looking at Op 4 here, what they are fielding in convoy is, there goes the Mi-8, but we have a Gaz, T-90, respawn truck, 2 respawn trucks deploying early on, okay. There's the other 2 tanks, there's a UAZ, another UAZ, and the Triple R vehicles are starting to be fielded. That is a repair and that is a rearm. No refuel has been deployed just yet. We see those 2 right there. Otherwise, Op 4, we have that squad in the zone. One of them's already started moving away. That is Warp and Shadow. 2-man AT team. It's a marksman and AT, actually, moving out of the zone to the north. We've got Op 4 deploying the rest of their units around there. Looks like they're messing around with the cord static. And a big chunk of them, actually all of them are already leaving the sector. They are going to start boxing down these open fields around the zone. Blue 4, meanwhile, their closest garrison is doing the exact same thing with 3 separate groups, all moving along this large forested area to maintain control of the middle. And then we've got the Blue 4 defensive zone to the north. A few guys staying in the zone, some staying local in the forest, and some already moving out. Otherwise, there's going to be a few minutes of we're just kind of waiting and seeing how things go. Op 4 is flanking around with a helicopter on the eastern flank, Blue 4 on the west, so it looks like both sides are going to go for a back cap. You got to be aware, though, that Blue 4 only has 4 people in their helicopter to drop off, whereas Op 4 have a full squad of 8. Looks like Op 4 might be immediately rushing for the terminal site, just so they can get an idea of where Blue 4 is deploying. Burning that terminal early is going to allow them to see just how many defenders they're putting in the zones and just what is coming in what directions. So this might be a great way to get some early recon. But the timing of using this advantage is critical. Because, I mean, the opportunity cost is you can use it later and then, you know, track down the remaining enemies. But this will give you a decent intel advantage. Blue 4 not moving to the destroy area, instead might just try to camp the central zone. Also, their helicopters deploying on the tail of one of the sites. You can barely... Not like some areas I can hear like a little whimper of it, but over the dynamic noise, you can't really hear that helicopter. All right, so it'll take 5 minutes for that hack to suffice, so they can basically... Helicopter already left? Interesting. After 5 minutes, they'll have... Malin, it's like for a minute they see everybody on the map, right? Helicopter's already pulling away, and we still have Op4's convoy coming around. Also, with RHS vehicles, there is a slight chance I might crash out halfway through. I'll quickly try my best to redeploy, but just putting that down as a disclaimer. It's going to take another 5 minutes for both sides' vehicle support to head in here. We'll see if Blue 4 decides to assault that terminal area to potentially get some free kills, maybe some early tank harassment. But beyond that, looks like Blue 4 might be sending teams down to the destroy objective there, and then move to flank around to hit these zones. They see every squad leader within 200-meter accuracy refreshed every 15 seconds. Gotcha. So it's not exact, but they see where... like the group leaders are. Okay. Basically, they'll see all the vehicles and then, you know, where squad leaders are leading their guys. Both sides have kept sectors 3 and 5 empty. Blue 4 is about to do a dynamic flyby of this sector. No gunners, though. So this is purely to see where he gets shot at from and if he can see any movement down below. Gord immediately opens up on him, but he's very short. And yeah, I wasn't discounting it, Malin. That intel can be great for making a plan on the fly. Op4 helicopters flying around back here. It's got a +1. And it's a frontal gunner, so they're looking around right now. Or they're going to potentially deploy a guy. Oh, AT goes out, but it misses. And that's ground command for Op4. As the helicopter now beelines it away. And a second rocket miss. That's not Iander. Who's shooting? That was Yanni. Ah, they should have let Iander take this shot. It would have been an easy ground command assassination. Then ground command would have been dead, and then the intel would have been harder to disseminate. That's just a shame. Otherwise, Blue 4 helicopter now flying over this position, trying to gauge the amount of Op4 that are here, but most are staying hidden across various buildings or under trees. So not much intel is going to be gained from that, unfortunately. Final prediction was Blue 4 at 148 and Op4 at 93. I agree with that. We have some more heavy hitting players on Blue 4 here, but it could still go either way. Ian, I appreciate it. That means we're good for Monday. It is Saturday, too. I need to announce the Monday stuff. I'll probably do that after this mission. All right, Op4, we see one of the T90s getting well ahead of the others. I thought we were going to see a collision, but it was on bridges. That's why. Meanwhile, looking north, the two T90s are already coming up to this position. We got a vehicle of 7. This is one of their special forces groups because they got the Scar Ls. They're going to try to ambush the units there. Maybe the chopper's going to say that there's not too much there. Infantry, I don't think are going to do a lot of damage. What is going to do a lot of damage is this pair of murder machines here. Leopard 2A3s can easily lock these infantry down here. But the opportunity cost of them not moving to the AO is what can the T90s going into the actual sectors here achieve. If the Leopards get stuck up there for a while, there is still one on a different flank coming around. I think it's up here. But if Op4 just be very aggressive, they can keep a lot of Blue 4 forces in other areas and just, you know, start hitting sectors. But again, we benefit from the opportunity of being able to see everything on the map in real time. Op4 doesn't know what's coming until it comes. Or they, you know, put a helicopter above and try to recon it out. So it looks like helicopters landed. We might see a redeployment here. Looks like they have PID for both sides. Excellent. And then, you know, some decent advertising. But yes, Nemesis is the brainchild behind these events. And Blue 4 is literally just driving right in. Maybe they think Op4 touched it and left? Killer J immediately starts shooting. RPGs go in. And the terminal's been hacked. Cash accidentally red on Reddit there because of the crossfire. So now this Op 4 team has a full squad of special weapons to pick up. And a free sniper rifle or two. So let me break that down audibly. You know your opponent hacked the terminal. And your helicopter flies over and says, hey, this is in a village. I can't see anybody. Guys, that doesn't mean it's clear. That means that the enemy is hiding in buildings. Or in the bushes and your helicopter can't see them. That doesn't mean you drive right up to them and then dismount next to the building with the terminal in it and get murdered. Granted. They don't know where the terminal is. They know it's somewhere in this yellow zone. But even then, they literally drove into the corner of it and decided to dismount. They should have dismounted. If they're going to pull something like that, dismounted at the edge of the town and then moved in to clear them. Because they weren't going to make it. Like, there were so many. Why are they driving north? What? They're driving to the border here. There's no reason. All right. Blue 4 is making some really confusing choices so far. Yeah, so that heli wasn't shot at over here. It was shot at above Sector 3. So I think the heli just called that it was empty and went from there. TK Light is getting the drones and unloading them from the cache and putting them in. He's dropped his own backpack to accommodate. That's fair. I don't know what these two tanks are doing. Maybe they're securing this area for Triple R to be brought over here, but weird calls. Now the helicopter's taking ground fire. But that was a very interesting early wipe. Only Emil died. You got to remember, I think it's, Alan, if you're here, how long is the respawn timer? Yeah, the entirety of Delta 2 and Foxtrot 1 got wiped. It's what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 1 minute? Respawn is 5 minutes. Got it. Okay. So they're being held back in case Op 4 pushes far north. So we got two T-90s now setting up to watch the northern side. One of them in a position to also watch part of the AO here. But he is a bit limited in his sight lines to look left. Meanwhile, Blue 4, we have a tank on this side. We have another squad flanking around on the southern side. Op 4 is reinforced with a bit more infantry. And we still have a lot of stuff transporting around. All three Op 4 tanks are staying together. We got two Blue 4 tanks on the top right. And then one in the middle in between Op 4 areas here. Blue 4 is making some questionable decisions early on. I get that they put tanks up here to prevent against a rush play, which, I mean, Op 4 might be moving towards, but I mean, this is a really extreme to go in any situation, because what are the odds they're going to do it again? I get it, though. You're fighting Depso. Depso does do some crazy maneuvers here. Depso has an artillery tank. Does Blue 4 get an artillery tank? What? Where did Depso pull out his pocket arty? What? Did I miss a page? Or was the arty... I thought that was mortar artillery. Was it... No, this got cooked off. It wasn't a vehicle, though. It was a cache. And I'm assuming this is the group that got it. Depso bought it on the black market. Liru, why do you hate me? What do you mean, Sparrow? What did I do? Yeah, I was wondering if they had the options. I just didn't see them. So the option was an extra MSP. What's an MSP? A Tovik or an Arty tank. Got it. Same with Gamer. Ah, shit. I don't know how that happened, but can you write up whose names are different so I can reference their latest post and then change them back? I don't know how that happened because I'm the only one with edit perms and that shouldn't... Okay. Make sure you at me in it. I'll process it after this game. It's just names, not kits? Okay. Hi, hun. Did Blue 4 flip a Vic? What on earth? Are they just dumping some of the arty back here to grab it later? That's funny. Yeah. Got the third tank back here hiding. Ah, because Dream's streaming? Okay, so Dream was part of one of the vehicle crews. Looks like they did not fix it. So this is one of the reinsert vehicles. That's great. They could tow it on its side. I mean, that would work. And Blue 4 chose a tow Humvee, which is back at their spawn. Fair, that's a good tank killer. All right, might be about to see some Blue 4 and Op 4 combat here. Blue 4 getting the jump on an Op 4 team. This is the AT and Marksman that we saw leave the sector earlier. Drop a hard fair and Sarah trying to get the kills here. Warp and Father trying to defend. Looks like they might try to smoke and pull away, otherwise there's no point in them popping smoke now. We have another two-man team that might get ambushed by Blue 4 up here. Triple R being deployed on the flank, though. Tanks are now starting to move out, though. One of the Blue 4. Nope, they're flanking around. Grenade goes out, gets the kill on the Marksman. That was Drap. He's now trying to get Warp here. Warp's running. Gets the knockout and the double tap on the head. Next avenue for combat might be this group. Setting up the stage on some of the guys down here. Looks like Iander has spotted an Op 4 player here. And is short! And Rose like, huh? What was that? Oh, was that the helicopter? Did the helicopter drop something? Oh, that's crazy. Huh. Yeah, must have been my imagination. I'm in no danger. Well, that's crazy. Iander hit Ro so hard with the AT that Ro does not realize he is even under threat. That is a new way to mess with somebody. Huh, must have been the wind. And here we've got Mike here looking around like, that's a crater right there. That's crazy. What was that? Oh no, what? Must have been the wind. Crazy helicopters flying around and dropping random bombs. You know, it might mean Blue 4 has the mortar. Maybe it's the mortar doing stuff, guys. Tanks are now pulling up to the edge of this tree line. Op 4, though, is still a kilometer away. Might not be able to engage that. Otherwise, Op 4 tanks in good defensive areas here. That hovering helicopter is such a juicy target. Bro. Do it. Oh, it went just to the left of the heli. I think it's too low now for another shot. Looks like he took some damage, so he's landing to repair. But yeah, it's just in defilade for those guys. Now we have a blue 4 tank pulling up. Looking at the base here. Which doesn't have a lot of people. Looks like one guy was up here and he got killed. Was that by the tank crew? No, it might have been these guys up here. Nope. They only have 2 kills, so he might have died to mortars or something. It is weird to say the words Iander and mist in the same sentence. I do agree with that. That helicopter's flying over. We have a tank that's driven up to cover the pilot here so we can do repairs. You know, if Op4 had artillery... Hey, Depso? You want to nail something? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's in the driver's seat. Will he switch to gunner? Nah, I think he's busy barking orders. All right, meanwhile, Blue 4 have a man down as they are trying to assault this position. We've got the additional Echo teams up here, but I don't think they're meant to assault sectors, so it's only going to be up to the tank to assist with this push. Another round goes in, and we have a dead guy in the bunker. He was just ragdolling, so that does kill him. And they've got HE shells. That is 1 kill and 1 vehicle destruction. I don't know what the vehicle was, but... Let's do a quick tank check. Op4 still have all their armor. Oddball doing some fun little maneuvers here to evade that fire. Blue 4 have dismounted a 2-man team up here. Op4 still have their main squad. And then we still have this large group coming in because they think the area is clear. Is this triple R or is this to pick them up? It's the ammo and repair. What are they doing up here ahead of the tank group? Does that mean armor's going to push up and Blue 4 actually predicted that properly? Weird. Artie is definitely manual. There's no artillery computer. F&F would never do that. And even then, it would be off because of the wind blowing the rounds off course. Drapper about to be ambushed. Immediately returns fire. Puts in a fresh mag. Grenade goes forward. Drapper goes, ooh, a piece of candy. Gotta remember, when you're in PvP, all right, those grenades are bad. Wondering if the tank's gonna see into here and see these guys shooting. GL round goes by. It's a little on. Tank is minding its own business. Hold on. Tank doesn't know where to look. The other Blue 4 guy gets knocked out. There's one more. Ah, must be the wind. Maybe the engine wash. Who knows? No, he didn't nade himself. Op4 threw that grenade. And these two are pulling back now. So Blue 4 is only really intending to harass these sectors at the moment, because otherwise, why would you send a 3-man team to that position? Otherwise, this group would go to assist with taking that. So... yeah, weird calls. Northrop ends up on top of his helicopter. And Blue 4 just noticed all the Op4 on this hill and started shooting at them. I have no idea how Bates is still alive. I think he was on the exact opposite of that tree, because otherwise he should be dead. Now Op4 are making a run for it here. More HE shells coming in. And that does land a kill on the marksman. That would be France. Still have some of the dead guys over here. Sarah might be able to do something for fair there, but again, Op4 trying to come in. FPV drone. It hit the bush and Roe was past the bush. And the bush absorbed most of the blast. That blue 4 guy gets double tapped. Micros here is the real Bushmaster for surviving that, I agree. Damn, if only there was a way Blue 4 could, like, get some help. You know, like, if only there was, like, something to, like, move in to assist the guys, you know, getting absolutely annihilated right now. But we do... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You don't have any ammo in there. Huh? Huh? What? What? I could have sworn that tube was empty. I could have sworn that cornet tube was empty. Am I crazy? Huh. Yeah, and even then, imaginary missile did imaginary damage. You're right. Yep, it didn't exist. That's a drone. There's drone. There's another drone. That's an anti-infantry one. It's looking. It's really looking. Cormant, how you doing, buddy? Still empty, but that might not mean anything at this point. Looks like Sarah got spotted and knocked out. That drone's still flying around. Alright, looking around. Something just got blown up over here. That was an Op-4 helicopter. Goes down next to some units here. I assume it got intercepted. Yanni gets the kill. After missing all those other rounds. A little bit of redemption there. Fair enough. Sarah woke back up, only to get double tapped by Mikaros. And this tank is still looking around. I assume you're out of ammo, Fancy. No, he's not. Wait, yes, he is. Then again, I don't know. I'm going to be honest, if that tank knew that Cormant was there, it would have already shot at it, so. Now we just wait with bated breath. Looks like Blue 4 is firing at the two-man team over here. What sucks is these guys have already died once. And we have these tanks, one moving around, marauding around, I guess, trying to look for more Op-4 on that side. We have a few Blue 4 guys around the area as well. And Northrop, I guess he woke back up, bandaged himself, and he's just working on repairing this vehicle. I'm assuming this guy's battle buddy got blown up by the drone, because I do not hear the drone anymore. And the AT is still reloading. Looks like he's grabbing it and trying to walk away as the tank is now looking down, trying to find additional people to shoot. Oh, I agree. FPVs are awesome to see in PvP. No, they are not fair, and that is how I like them. You know what was real PvP? Anyone that's been around for a few years. Pop quiz. What was the most realistic PvP I have ever covered on this channel? It was the most entertaining to me, but there was a lot of pissed off people in my chat about it. Because it wasn't fair at all, and that was the point. But it was still, like, the funniest shit to watch. Adriano in the palm tree? No. Close, though. Funny enough, he just got red on redded. Cuddy got shot at. But he's about to run up and find Yanni. Oh, wait. No, he sees Carver. He doesn't look down. They're spraying him a bit more. Culty here, he is part of Alpha. He died, though, so I think he was trying to reinsert. Now he's run into Blue 4. So, technically, this isn't a lone wolf, in my opinion, because he was trying to run back to reinsert, but he's kind of run into this group, so... Oof. Karma cut Killcog in the Lithium maps, where Op4 was all Hajis, and Blue 4 had literal Apaches. And they were camping that one tunnel exit, and 20 Hajis came out of it and immediately got annihilated by the Apache's 30mm. That was the most realistic PvP I've ever seen. And so many people were mad in chat about, where's the Op4 AA? And they did have AA, they just didn't have it there. And they got annihilated. And it was the funniest shit to watch. Oh, bro, back one tap him. Unless Caldy got told by the admin he can't. One tap. Oh, he moved. Or some grenades. Which makes sense. Everything Karma does is biased towards Blue 4. Yes, because isn't he always role-playing U.S. forces? And USA usually, if not always, has air superiority and shit. So, of course, like, that's how it works. If you're doing, realism PvP, that is absolutely how it works, you know? I just heard one of the tanks fire. Ah, the T-90 has found an angle on this tank right here, but the tank hasn't noticed. The Leopard still hasn't noticed it's being engaged. Hold up, wait. That round was short. And now he's driving in the kill zone some more. Come on, T-90. Maz round goes out. Misses! And then Iander fires and hits. Okay. So Yanni missed that shot. I'm trying to see, maybe they just detracked it. Yeah, alright, that's a track hit. Another round goes in. On the side, probably hitting the plates. Now they gotta quickly get out and smoke it as the gun focuses forward to try to negate that tank from shooting at him. The question is, will Cully be a hero? Come on. Do it, Culty. Get up there, pop some grenades, pick off whoever's still alive. You can be the hero we all need you to be right now. Iander fires another shot through the smoke. Oh, the smoke dissipated. Round hits, and he manages to kill the guy that came out to fix the tank. Another round goes off by Iander. It's another hit. And the T-90 does not seem to really give a fuck. I'm waiting for it to turn its gun and look at the infantry and just go, ha, what are you going to do now? Honestly, what are they going to... Another one? That hit the back of the turret. They're trying to hit the engine block to cook it. Turret's still active. That track is still smacked. Are they going to try to wobble their way away? Yes, they are. They're wobbling the tank away. So they're trying to adjust their front armor to where the AT's hitting. It's another hit. Culty, kill them, please. Somebody kill them. Or the tank, fire back. Maybe they need something bigger than these launchers. Amazing. That's why you have to do something, because otherwise they're just going to turn around and kill you. Anyway. Who's this? Kaiser's over here. Interesting. Looks like the tank has now been told there's an enemy tank on the hill. And with that round, they get a hit through the turret armor. Turret is disabled. And it is very hard to tell who's still alive. I have no idea what they're shooting at in there, but yeah, that tank crew's doing quite a bit here. And T's running for it. Modern ERA tile, 250mm against kinetic and 600 against... But this is millimeters against HEAT, so this is accurate. Okay, that's fair. I'll admit, it's not what I'm used to, but we are seeing top-of-the-line stuff like 2A3s being used in T90s, so all right. Gotcha. Meanwhile, we have Rizbo up here. His entire team has died on this hill. Looks like they were fighting Blue 4, and Blue 4 just kind of killed them all, huh? Arma Jesus, Guy Fieri, all on no kills. It's... Who got the kills? Nafs did. Huh. Imagine that. And we still have Cullis over here. Looks like Purton got spotted and killed off over here by Kabubi, who's on 3 kills now. Rizbo is just holding and waiting with his suppressed AK. I think he sees a few people coming towards him. As soon as he shoots, though, he's going to get swarmed. I think that bush is just covering Gulf 3 right here. Who's on the commander turret? Wait a minute. The commander turret is literally looking exactly where Gulf 1 is, and a round goes off. Another round goes off, takes out the track. The other tank is now pulling into cover as the first tank is getting pounded. Smoke's deploying. We have a knockout. But the front is still exposed. Tank disabled. Another hit. The other tank is looking. And it fires. Delivering a hit. Tank is now pushing forward as it's cooked off that other tank. Other round fires forward. They've noticed the other tank. They are engaging. They back away into the tree line. Take another hit. They are detracked. Another round. Guys, get the gun aimed. Why are you abandoning it? The crews are just ditching their vehicles, man. And it cooks because the engine got exposed, killing 1. 2 tank kills for this tank. So Op 4 are down half of their tanks in the first near hour of this operation. That is not going too well. If Blue 4 gets armor superiority early on, it might be SOL. All right, Hotel, here's what you got to do. You don't have any missiles, but you are missile-shaped. You know what to do. You're missing. Ah. Oddball, you're a coward. Come on. No. That would have been funny if Adriano just sniped him out of the sky, not gonna lie. Ooh, that almost happened. Right, become the ammo. All right, Oddball's basically avoiding, falling on the right side here. Checking the macro. Big squad over here. I think this helicopter is actually moving to pick these guys up and got engaged. Kaiser in Sector 1 capturing it. There is some ticking. Meanwhile, this team has gotten ambushed by this group up here. That is the AT team that put a bunch of shots in that T-90. And Kaiser is solo capping Sector 1. And Sector 1 has been taken. Sirius with a beautiful grenade throw. It just bounces far. The tent eats the shrapnel. Another grenade. Lands short. And Sirius catches Kaiser and kills him. So Kaiser gets routed and has to run off. Morgan trying to get Carboner over here. And that sector is being retaken, but good attempts. Very good attempts. We got more Op 4 reinforcements coming in as they sweep sectors here. Blue 4 looks like they killed that last guy. Wasn't Guy Fieri, though. He's not on any kills yet, but these guys are basically just marching over to Sector 1. Helicopter still flying around. Tank marauding around as well, just checking the angles here. That has to be demoralized that Op 4 lost their entire tank fleet that early on. One of them still disabled on the hill, though. Might have been recovered and repaired by T. Accord fires a barrage into the hillside and actually nails Carboner. Very long-range shots from that Cord static, but they actually got the knockout. He woke back up, though, which is a shame. We have this tank rearming. Will it take a shot? Nope, it loses sight. Wait, wait. Oh! 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 Holy shit! That's a repair truck, not an rearm truck, but even then, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Meanwhile, the Blue Forest survivors are getting encircled here. Whiplash fails his wake-up check. Carboner trying to counter here. Dobbs engaging. Warp here. Sector 2 recaptured. There is no Sector 2, though. So I assume that might have been a notification for Sector 1 because all these are fine. Unless there's something in debug somewhere. I don't know. Weird message. Dobbs gets run down by Captain Morgan and killed. Warp was... Nope, Warp's firing at friendlies. Warp, if your third death is because you read on Reddit and he fired back, that's going to be unfortunate. He's just wiggling as Warp walks away. I think I just figured it out. And then there was Carboner. Literally the last guy left here, next to The angled rock. Erosion really does a lot for a motherfucker. God damn. Blue 4, meanwhile, having some forces driving around the back line here. Blue 4 still slowly pushing forces up as Op 4 have set up a northern kill zone. Op 4 still around the completed objective. I guess they're rushing vehicles up there to assist them. Blue 4 just have a solid defensive line back here. Some pot shots going down, potentially on the Blue 4 over here as they're crawling cover to cover. There are my tracers. All right, one of the Blue 4 guys gets knocked out because this is a really bad position to go down on. So Oliver gets knocked. Batty looking around, doesn't really know what to do here. They're also firing at some of the Blue 4 guys up here, so they're immediately pulling back. Will Carpenter get some revenge? Grenades. Father Shadow goes down, and that was his last life. Bro, I mean, Carpenter shot so hard, he also killed the debug unit that went on top, which I think indicates it was their last life, too. I think it removes him from the roster as well, because I don't even see Father Shadow on anymore. Nope, he DCs. All right. Ouch. GL's going out. Can Carpenter end Warp's career here? As he stays low. He's got to make a move quickly, though, because he will have additional Op 4 come up to him. Crawling around might also not be the best idea. It's so hard to say what the best call is here. Maybe trying to get into the bushes, throwing some grenades. A smoke, if he has it, would be good. Gotcha, Malin. Gotcha. Does Duran play after you turn him invisible? Sorry, that was a shit joke. Alright, we still have Op 4 maneuvering forces around. Hearing some heavy explosions up here. Looks like either that's artillery landing or they're just trying to kill Batty. I'd have to play to find out. Damn. Well, I don't want to get copyright struck, so I won't. Thank you. Yeah, they're already in this position with the not the D30, the 2S1 tank that they have. Batty's running for it. Now the Artie's landed on the hill back here. Not a bad call because they know Blue 4 is there, so Blue 4 is going to retreat. That was well ranged too, but Blue 4's already pulled back fully. Oh, France spots him and gets the headshot. France has not fully double tapped yet. They're just looting him. Hold on. Alright, well, they leave Carpenter there to bleed out, which, I'm going to be honest, is actually smart, because it increases how long they're going to take to respawn, so, you know, because they have to bleed out, die, and then it takes 5 more minutes, so it stalls them even longer. You know what would be really evil? If they morphine bombed him, bandaged all of his wounds, gave him a pulse, and then just left them there. New meta for PvP on multi-life. Morphine uncon bomb them and just keep them there indefinitely. Malin, but they don't know that, bro. They might think they're being rescued. And then, you know, someone can locally just say, hey, buddy, I got you. Just give me a second. I'll get you up. And then they don't. T blew up, by the way, trying to get the vehicle back. So, op 4 down to 3 tanks. 2 of them are fielding. One of them might still have the crew respawning, though. Looking back at their roster. Yep, they're waiting for their 3rd guy to respawn. 1, 2, what? 3. Oh, one of them's the artillery tank, so they haven't left with the other 2 yet. That's brutal as fuck. Yeah, it's PvP, bro. Remember, I've seen some of the scummiest shit in PvP already. And that's not even the scummiest, to be perfectly honest. Ah, look, it's Dream. Now, see, Dream has a 0 next to this infantry marker, which means he's gotten 0 kills. That's mainly because he's using an M107 here. If he had an SVD, he'd at least have 3 kills by now. I mean, let's look at France here. France, I mean, he didn't get the kill because it didn't double tap, but France did knock out quite a few dudes with that SVD already, you know? Ah, poor Dream. He's just got to do better. He's got to get better guns. Alright, so RD tank might start firing more rounds here. He does not have any kills with the artillery yet, though. No, Dreams is one of the best Arma 3 players in the world, obviously. But, you know, he's got to use the right gun. Otherwise, he's not going to be a winner. Tank just murdered somebody. Some form of AT just went into this team, but it looks like they're all fine. I'm assuming that was by Mike here. Or that might have been Fancy trying to crossfire. He's got an aircraft kill, so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I think he still has the tow launcher, but it doesn't have anything to do with it. So Blue 4 is now trying to mobilize on taking this point. And then maybe they can try to backcap Sector 3, but there's just forces all over the place back here. Got some guys back here playing Logi. They knock the tree down, but that kind of obscures them completely. But yeah, with the tank covering, this 4-man team should be able to just go right in and take the sector. Sector 3 is going to be the tough one, though. And again, Op4 has a lot of their infantry out of position here because they were never able to, like, move from the terminal because of all the Blue 4 tanks marauding around in that zone. So that plus Op4 lost all their tank overwatch, so it's been a bit tough for Op4 to do maneuvering. They've been forced to do nothing but play defensive plays here. I love how this man is still looting this body, and then one of the, like, this is probably Sarah's body. One of them is, at least. Now he can just turn around and kill him again. He hears that gunshot. Immediately starts honing in. The trick is you got to pick up an enemy weapon so you confuse audio ID. And I think that was the AT guy with the backpack that just got found and killed. Yep. No, it was a different AT guy. Fancy pulled back a bit more, but that was a different AT dude. Don't get me wrong, this is the right call to make, to just hold and see what happens. But you want to pick up an enemy weapon, too. And another Op4 guy gets eaten by the tank. Was that one Fancy? No, but that was another RPG gunner. Tank's too scary. Gods finds Sarah here, starts shooting at him. Here comes Hunkers. Gods still trying to get the kill. Maz round goes in on the tank. That was, I think, one of the stolen Maz's. Emil. Yep, Emil, I think, took that shot. He's making the tank route. My tracers just do not want to work today, apparently. Beautiful grenade throw by Gotts there to get that one kill. Artie now landing on this position. Lands just outside of the Hesco, so 2K light. What did you do? What? What did he do? How does he have -4 aircraft kills? What? Oh, it could be the drones. You're right. There have been drone operators, and this is one of the engineers, so he might have just, it might just have caused, how would I word it? They might have considered him crashing the drones as him team killing the drones, and therefore he got that. Arma 3 PvP calculations can be a bit weird like that. You got Nafs and Arma Jesus tracking a 4-man team here. Look at Zixme with his suppressed handgun. So these guys are maneuvering around. Blue 4 doesn't really have any protection on Sector 5. They have it on Sector 7, though. Meanwhile, Blue 4 tank driving down. We have some Foxtrot elements back here with the UAZ. This is the engineering team with some AT. Could try to hunt that tank down. No way is he actually going to get the snipe on the second helicopter. Oddball evading again. He had a bunch of people in that chopper. If he got hit, that would have killed everybody. He tried, though. You got to give him that. UAZ might try to back away, but then again, it does have AT. It could do some damage to the tank, but we've seen that AT has been a little ineffective against the MBTs today. They might just hold and wait for the engine sound. Blue 4 broke off the attack, so they didn't know that 4-man team was over there. They weren't tracking. Sector 1 retaken. I assume this is some weird coding where they have 2 sectors there because that's what's calculating the points, which is why we have Sector 1, 3, 5, and 7. It's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8 coding-wise. Alright, Blue 4 might be able to wrestle full control from that area. Op 4 might try to reinforce with this squad. UAZ trying to hide as it is engaging Golf 2. Is that engine smoke? Yes. Another T-90 has been immediately sniped. And the UAZ is not going to try to go for the easy AT hits on the engine to disable the vehicle. What a shame. I think they're trying to fire HE rounds into the crew. That might have dismounted. That one came a little short. Yeah, technically 2 sectors. Hence the 2 notifications. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Really surprised we're not seeing that UAZ, like, pull up to the tank and just shoot it in the ass. Hey, friend, what do you see? That's a tank. And you're... Friend realized that was not, in fact, a friendly tank. I did think he was going to ram it for a second. I'm like, oh, is he going to go for it? Oh, no. Friend! Friend, just don't move. It's visions based off of movement. Oh, my God. He has to be shitting himself. He has to be shitting himself. He's like, what the fuck just happened? Friend, you could have just driven away! Oh my God! Oh, well the truck needs a new truck at this point. I'm surprised he's not being lit on fire here. Oh my God. friend was this close to being like the slyest motherfucker. Instead, he literally just did the fawn response of staring at the predator. And the tank just kind of... Friend, I'm so sorry, buddy. Wait, are you actually sparing him? Oh my god. Maybe they thought it was his body? You should not be alive right now. No fucking way. He wasn't even doing the sideways, you know, squat to make it look like he was a dead body. He just prayed for that one. And these guys just sniped the frickin' Foxtrot vehicle that flew up over here. That or Adriano did it. It's hard to say at this point. Alright, he's alone because I think some of the Op4 came in and got some kills there. Helicopter pulled back and I guess gave these guys resupply. I don't know what their plan is. Now they're just trading positions. Fight or flight or just freeze. That's the fawn response. We have a drone. And it looks like an engineer deployed. They're trying to deploy these FPV drones into the tank, but they missed. Savarog is going to be the pilot here. Nope, he's deploying another one. Arkin connecting to that drone. Should play the Jaws theme right now. Go above the trees. Come at it from the exact back angle. Did you just try to fly the drone and you hit a tree? Amazing. Anyway, back to the other drone. Now hit it right in the ass. The ass. Perfect hits. Perfect hits. Beautiful play. We literally saw the opposites here. One drone operator knew exactly what to do. The other deployed it under a tree and killed it. Almost killed himself. Good defensive grenade, knowing that Blue 4 is potentially coming up to you. It looks like they exchanged some fire, so really good call there. That's good, though, because that's the tank guy that shoots down helicopters. Now these guys are looking around wondering where that AT round came from. Little do they realize that that was an FPV. Alright, so this two-man team has taken fire and lost a few people. Looks like they fought Nafs and the other guy, and they were taken out. Zixme got a kill. Alright. Looking back at the sector here, we've got the tank maneuvering around, trying to find more people to eliminate. They spot Gots and get the kill, and that's 9 infantry kills so far. And it looks like a 1v1 happened here, and Arkin got the kill. So at least his rifle work is good. Drones could use a little bit of touching up. That's okay. Then you got Friend running over here because he's absolutely terrified. He's the drone operator that controls that drone. Okay. Batty moved up. He got shot by this Op4 team and double tapped. As Kremet leads Zixme on the rear with a suppressed AK. Probably picked that up from a buddy because he had a suppressed T5000 earlier. Op4 now planning an attack. They're leaving the sector and they're going for Sector 5. That's very risky because if a blue 4 guy goes in there and takes that sector, it's GG. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. And this group is about to counterattack and take Sector 1. Okay. So this is Op4's massive counterattack art. Cool, we'll see. Drones to the spectator interface for Wargames? If you can, that'd be great. That would help me keep track. Oddball found Kremet and is trying to suppress him. Misses his shot. He moves away. Kremet returns fire. Knocks Orthy's freaking leg, and then Zixme hits him with the slidey round and kills him. It's kind of scary that those two men are probably going to run ahead and take the sector on their own at this rate. Meanwhile, some sort of long-range AT hit knocked Tom out. Could have been these guys with the AT or something else. They do have an armor kill, so that does beg the question. That's also a stolen T5000 from Op4. We have some rifle shots being heard back here as well. That's the smoking tank from earlier. Still, the tank count right now is 5 on Blue 4 and 3 on Op4. Or is it 2? It might be 2, actually, because that's the RD tank. Yeah, they're taking a BMP, so they're out of tanks, actually. So it's 2 T90s and 3 BMPs, where Blue 4 have 5 Leopards and 3 of these CV 3090s, something, 6090? They're IFEs, essentially, the finished ones. And this tank is still just here killing people for fun. My tracers keep breaking. Ah, Dream. God, if only you had an SVD, you could have totally, like, immediately one-tap Captain Morgan there. Darn. Ah, I was really rooting for Dream for that one. You should all, if Dream is streaming, you should all go into his chat and tell him he would have survived if he had an SVD. Facts. Alright, I mean, now it's just a bit more of a wait-and-see. Blue 4, we do have a team coming in to push on the rear. Tank round just came in and immediately got a knockout on the commander of this tank. Second round goes in, hits the rear of the tank, and cooks it off. Was waiting for that. Was wondering, are the T90s just that inferior? No, they just haven't really been engaging that much. So they pull AT out and start moving, but there's a massive fleet of Op4 between them and that tank. Anders hunting, but there's a shit ton of Op4 infantry between them and the tanks. That's the issue. Another two-man team crossing around. It's Naps and Arma Jesus, both on 2 kills, but both on 2 deaths. Kremet and Zixme, meanwhile, are 1 and 1. We've already seen some people off of their 3 lives already, so we're going to start seeing that. More and more symbols are going to start disappearing. Hi. What? When you go down the stairs, they bounce. I like to look. That was Bloodwing. Don't worry about it. Oh, Hydrate. She's not here, though. I'm stealing it. Alright, so we still... Friend has run up. Hearing some shots here. I think they spotted one guy on the rear and took him out, but now these Op4 groups are going to potentially turn around. More shots going out. My tracers have broken again, and they don't seem to want to turn on again. Oh, well. Stop shrimping. I kind of am shrimping. Yep. Ooh, Norris has the Special Forces weapon from the raid that went on to the terminal site earlier. He hasn't died yet, that's why. So this is the team that got redeployed by the helicopter. Actually, Blue 4 down to 4 tanks, not 5. One got FPV'd, one got sniped. Meanwhile, Op 4's counterattack. Kane immediately gets taken out. Guy Ferrari trying to run up to deliver Op 4 to Flavortown, but will he run up to Op 4 instead? Sumu sees him. One-tap headshot by an SVD. Dang, if only Dream had that. Anyway. Zixme and Kremet might be able to run up and get to that area. They don't have any additional kills, so I wonder where... Okay, so Nafs and Arma Jesus ran up to back up this unit. Meanwhile, on the back line... There are my tracers. Ash gets taken out. I hear some long-range AT land, and that knocks out Mike. That is a blue 4 body right there that was just taken out. That might have been... Nope, that was Yanni, because Iander's still up. I think this blue 4 group is getting screwed here. They did just get another kill. That was Dobbs. But he is getting honed up on and shot at. He's going to push back and potentially go right another Op 4. French trying to hit him with the SVD. Just can't seem to line up the shot. I think the elevation's screwing with some of the tracers here, because they're both working and not working at the same time. Iander's knocked out. Dobbs is the only one left. Meanwhile, looking up here, Op 4 still trying to sweep some of these elements, but they have taken some casualties. We got 2 Op 4 stuck in the zone. Looks like they're trying to bring up a dead guy, but he is still dead. T90 coming up to this area. 2 T90s coming up to reinforce this push. More shots raining out. Some suppression by Nekomata. I'm trying to see. He did not get a kill, though. More blue 4 coming up to that position where Op 4 are hunkering down at this point. I think they're waiting for the helicopter to potentially come pick him up. No, he's too high in the sky to be landing. Iander wakes back up, doing some emergency medical. Op 4 still around. Just a wait and see. Looking at the rosters here, I mean, let's just do a quick check at the death counts. Some people are on 2, but look at Alpha 1. They've actually, a few of them have amassed quite a few kills. Hold up. Dobbs, I think, just got killed as he pulled away. I don't see him anymore. Norris got him with that suppressed gun. Iander taking fire. He's trying to line up a shot. Can't see a shooter, and Murray taps his leg to knock him. Op 4 aggressively pushing with their remaining 2 T90s. They're going to be going for sectors here, but Sector 7, the final one Blue 4 has, is pretty well defended. Morgan, you going to double tap, or you're just going to leave it? Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dragon. Alright, BMP is moving into the zone as well. I thought I saw a flash from the artillery tank, but it's on the move. These two going in. Batty and Orthy both on their last life. Pi is not died yet. Zixme and Kremet still have a life. I don't know. I mean, with the amount of blue 4 casualties, Op 4 might be able to bounce back, but those tanks are still going to be an issue. So it looks like Azariah and Adriano also got killed off. So at what point, because I know Scav got cooked off by the FPV, so there must have been something else that destroyed them. Huh. Yeah, because the tanks only have 1 armor kill. So maybe the drone team here had another SPG? Or not SPG, but another drone hit something? Hard to say. They got armored? Oh. They fucked around at the fuel station and got armored? That's funny. That's incredibly funny. Ah, the Op 4 fuel station. Who would have guessed? Right in the middle of Blue 4's line. Anyway, Sector 5 is now being taken by Kermit and Depso. And Op 4 is getting more knockouts on some of the Blue 4 players here. Flux went down. Nafs is down. I mean, don't get me wrong. These guys are getting good kill counts here, but they just can't seem to compete with the onslaught. Flux wakes back up, draws fire. Arma Jesus trying to get some shots on point here. Can't seem to get the lines up he needs. Flux is closing to CQC range. Op 4's not going to be expecting it. He gets 1 kill. Long range AT firing down there. Flux is going to find these guys. Looks the wrong way. Gets stuck. Flux is bandaging. Arma G's is coming up, checking the other route. Flux, turn around. He literally runs right into the enemy. Gets a double. Runs out of ammo. Switches to his handgun. Jesus. Did you... Did he blow that guy up too? Or did Tomer just run off? I think he was meant to throw a smoke grenade. Or he did that on purpose to make sure that they weren't going to wake up because he thought he was in a... I don't know. Kremit gets knocked. He had some AT out. The tank's running around. Zixmi's trying to avoid it. He's gotten another kill, by the way. And Batty and Orthia are coming up to try to stop him. Zixmi took some damage. We did hear some AT fire somewhere in this direction. I have no idea where it landed, though. Might have been the tank shooting as well. Hard to say. Oh, God. Meanwhile. So Blue 4 drove a group up here, and they were immediately slaughtered. And a GL gets in there and blows them both up. Quick respawn. And with that up, we're going to take back Sector 1 unless Kaiser does something crazy with this suppressed Scar L. Wait, Fair wakes back up. He's not down for the count just yet. Killer J, though, is about to show why he's called Killer. And Goats, I think, is taking... No, that's Kaiser shooting at him. Can't seem to finish him off. Who's winning? It's impossible to say right now. I would say, I guess, Op 4, but I think they're lower on manpower and equipment overall, but it's way too early to call. Bayant does not have AT. He's going to have to let these tanks go. Zixmi gets a kill off of Batty. Oliver flanking around. He's got the machine gun. If he can get it on Zixmi, Zixmi's dead to rights. Come on, Oliver, be a hero. Zixmi, I think, might have heard you, though, with his Turtle Beaches. And that's his last life, too. Zixmi on 5 kills. Meanwhile, we have the tank engaging the T-90s. One T-90 goes down. After that, Leopard takes a few shots. Other tank is now pushing up to try to assist. But they pull back instead. Sector 5 being retaken by Junas here. Zixmi might find him. Might have saw him on an angle. Fire some shots. Wounds him. Junas has no idea where he's being engaged from. Zixmi's going to circle around. Tank's still cooking. Nekomata is still alive and actually gets the drop shot kill on that Op 4 member. Op 4, meanwhile, retake Sector 1. So I see Op 4 being able to grab Sector 5. They've taken back Sector 1. How do they get and take Sector 7? Looks like a lot of Blue 4 now being pulled out of the sector to run defensive. We have a vehicle up here. Savrog is picking up Fren. T-90 now engaging the vehicle here. Rizbo prone right here because there's nothing he can really do. Looks like the final Blue 4 member up there got taken out. Zixmi still honing around this sector. He's looking for more Blue 4 to take out. With that suppressed AK, I mean, he's got a lot of good options here. He spots Junas. Gets another few hits on him. Junas survives. He folds out. One more bullet's going to pain knock him, though. Kane, though, is moving away. He's trying to hone in on the final tank. Oh my god, SL Dream, do you have an SVD? Oh, he doesn't, but Rizbo's not going to look left and see him. Okay, good. And we missed it, but Zixmi found Junas and executed him, and Sector 5 is going to be taken again. Yep, up to 6 kills. Op 4 now going to be playing hard security on that final position as they move everything from Sector 3 to the front line. This is definitely going to be an attrition fight as we have 84 minutes remaining, a little under an hour and a half. There's Sector 2 taken. Now we're just waiting for Sector 5. Op 4 might try to rush a squad on the rear, because once again, if you get all the sectors at any given time, it's just an auto win. Blue 4, I think, attritionally are in a better position. But realistically, I think Blue 4... No, realistically, Op 4 are in a better position, but attrition-wise, Blue 4 have, you know, more vehicles remaining, more tonnage. More stuff that can box Op 4 into kill zones and take them out. Maz and a take round go out. T-90 gets detracts. Engine showing to the vehicle here as they're desperately spinning. That round missed, though. Smoke dissipates, tank's charging. Tank should finish him off, unless the T-90 spotted him. Machine gun and some ground fire from Guy Fieri takes it out. And they're pushing. They kill the other crewman. And Op 4 is now out of tanks. They have the artillery tank, and they have BMP-3s. FPS Freak, no kills in the back line, trying to scout out that position. Blue 4 sending large waves up. They're going to have to contend with Zixmi. Blue 4 does still have 4 tanks. Op 4 are completely out. I don't think the I don't think the Leopards had any trouble killing the T90s here, so they don't need to do the HE strat. Did Bayant just snipe that one guy, or what the hell's going on up here? Or did Jesse friendly fire him thinking he was hostile? Bro's got the scoped AK. He's gonna wait for him to stop and then take the headshot. He's waiting to see if they do medical on him. This is the smartest play to make. Unless they look directly at his position. Yep, and there's the shot. That is some grade A bullshit. Holy shit. In what world does Bayant get headshotted and he doesn't deliver the killing blow on Jesse? What? It is an 2A6, Leo, yep. All right. Blue 4 doing a light counterattack in the region. We still have this big amount of Op 4 here. We do have a BMP on station. Not sure how much damage it's going to be able to do against the Leopard still alive. Still have FPS Freak back here. He has managed to score a kill. He does have a Maz with him as well. Let's see what they can pull off. Another Spec Op player over there, and then they've got the tank with... ooh. Is he sniping with rockets? Oh, no, Gots. This is Gots' last life. Oh, no, he's innocent. Thankfully, he folds in the cover. All right, Gots, yeah, as long as you stay in that bunker, you're fine. Freak, no! Freak! No! Look at all the dead people under the bunker. I mean, yeah, if your AT's not going to work against the T90s, might as well use them against infantry for noob tubes. Oh, meanwhile, the tanks run up here and started hitting people. And it blew up the BMP. The gun might be disabled. The gun is definitely disabled. I told him he was safe. Yeah, I lied. All right, a lot of Blue 4 damage there. Guy Fieri tried to run up and Flavor Town everybody. He gets knocked out, though, and the other tank is now here. Hopefully to cause some harassment. Meanwhile, how many people has Zixme killed? Still only 6. Maybe Flux will be his next victim. Oh, Zixme's just going to hide in here. ACOG suppressed AK. Jeez. Sector 6. That'd be 5 and 6. So this one, I think Op4 officially took it after Zixme stayed in the zone for a little while. Depso, I'm not sure he has any ammo in here, but I wonder if he'll direct fire that into people. Rizbo now in the zone. Grenades being thrown on the sector. Flux spotted 2K light, but that's okay. They're teammates, so he doesn't shoot. You can see him through the little fucking slit right there. And then Zixme has his own strategy used against him! Oh! I think that was 2K Light's last stop because the body temporarily spawned over him for like that half second. Oh, Flux. That'd be funny if Zixme woke back up, though, and just went, But Flux is going to open the door and finish him off. Oh, well, Zixme's about to lose his head. And there it is. All right, Rizbo, you have to hold against the massive amount of blue 4 coming in. However, you might have some mysterious support. All right, so I think FPS Freak got hunted down and taken out. You got Sambi over here doing his thing. He also has AT, which at this point is just anti-player. So we'll call it AP for now on. Zixme disconnects, I guess because he didn't want to use his third life. Because he still had one. Or maybe Flux knew he was fighting Zixme, and while Zixme was respawning, he told him he was Polish. And that short-circuited Zixme to self-delete. Zixme's hatred for the Polish is unending. I don't know why. I don't know how. It just exists. Beautiful. Beautiful call. Yes, he ran away, but that was the right thing to do. And that was France's last life. Yes. Sambi is a genius. That is exactly what you are supposed to do. Throw the grenade, and then if he runs from the grenade spot, get him. And you... I guess they're both getting taken out. No! Mike somehow survived his own grenade and... I have no words for that one. We still have Op4 chilling in this little area over here. I guess because they keep seeing Blue 4 and deciding, yeah, let's just chill here and, you know, take people out. Distant explosion. That was the artillery tank getting shot by, I'm assuming, this. And Depso bailed out. He's now running for the sector. Flux is pre-firing these buildings now. He doesn't trust it. And we still have this one tank up here. I think it's just trying to back snipe any Op4 in the back line from like heavy range. And we see that they're firing machine guns all the way up at Alpha 1 here. Bro, it's just Suma, man. He's just walking his life. And the tank is not taking any chances, and it's just firing a bunch of AT shells in here. Rizbo still on the outside. Blue 4 playing a little bit of defense. Flux triggers a mine on an Op4 body. I guess to come up and loot it, but it looks like it did minimal damage. Has Dream killed anyone yet? You know, he has not. Again, it's because he doesn't have an SVD. If he had that, he'd be fine. All right, Op4 lining up their infantry to rush up here. Nothing coming on the other side, though. And then you got a tow Humvee back here just chilling. Oh, the tow might have been the ones to destroy it. I agree. I think Dream, if he had that SVD, he'd be the one. He'd be getting all the kills, man. Definitely. Rizbo's gonna catch glitch. Fires so many rounds that they got drowned out by the other gunshots. Once again, my tracers are bugged. There we go. Strovie trying to pull his friend back. Rizbo doesn't check around the entire building to spot him. Strovie did not see him when he turned around, though. Gets some hits. I'm not sure he killed anybody, though. And Rizbo gets clapped by either Fox or Jeeves right there. It's hard to say. That or he might have traded with this guy. I don't know. We'll see if he wakes back up. Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, I don't see. That could have also been the blue 4 guy's last life, so he might not be on my roster anymore. Because I could have sworn, like, Flux was around here too, right? So he might have traded with Flux. These guys coming in on their last life as well. And blue 4 sending a counter-attacking group to Sector 3. But no counter-attack to Sector 1. No, we haven't seen the CV-90s deployed yet because the tanks are still here. Another mine goes off. I think some of the Op4 guys rigged a few bodies to explode, but they're not doing any damage. Jeeves throws a great grenade. Gets the kill as well as he runs off. Great use of grenades here. Fox, though, gets taken out from Depso on the high area there. And a GL. That was where a player was, but I think he's moved. It was Nekomata that was back there, but he's pushed up. All right, so Op4 now sweeping this back sector here. Blue 4 is moving everything away. They're now launching an attack on Sector 3 as well. Tank takes an RPG and immediately returns fire with an HE shell and knocks Meman up. Pretty sure that was his last life, too. Looks like Adriano is just coming up here to clean house at this point. And I assume this Op4 attack is going to now fail. Depso's trying to throw some smokes. Maybe to confuse the tank, but this Op4 attack is pretty much over. Now we're seeing why the, advantage of the whoever has the better armor is going to win the fight. That was Maman's last life. Bodhi playing Ring Around the Rosie here. Yeah, it is Adriano. In the previous Wargames event earlier this month, he actually beat his kill record and went up to 26. This one, I don't think he's going to do it because Op4's on their last legs, but you never know. Got these guys doing some random suppression. Tow launcher just fired. Even fired into this building. They're going to destroy the building. It's on a damage texture. There it is. Yep. And everyone in there is dead. 7 kills for Adriano. He's probably going to do it to the barn, too, just to be safe. Tow launcher goes in. Hits the building. They're using the bunker buster rounds. Those do a lot of damage to buildings. We'll do a kill check to see who's in the lead. I think the other tank crew is actually in the lead of Audrey, but we'll see. Yeah, Scav's at 8 with 4 tank kills and a plane kill, too. So, meanwhile, Adriano's only on 3 armor kills. But, all right, let's see. Nothing else is really going on. There might be some fighting going on over here with that Blue 4 attack that stalled a bulk of the infantry for Op4's back there. Oh, no, never mind. 13 kills over here with the other tank crew. So all 3 tanks combined. So this is 7 plus 1, so 8. 16 plus 13, that's 29 kills. And it's about to be more as Op4 miss a bunch of their shots. So if we're going to see someone get the kill lead, that's actually going to be this guy. Oh! But they exposed their engine block and got shot by RPGs. Now Blue 4's out of tanks to field in, so they're going to start working on their APCs, the CR90s, or CRV90, something like that. Meanwhile, Op4 have fielded all of their IFEs here, so these 2 IFEs here are the last of the group. Yeah, Scav did snipe a helicopter in midair. It was pretty badass. Heli flew over, and he's just like, ha, that's cool. He just lines up the gun and takes it out of the sky. But otherwise, I think that's the kill leader here. So, cycling through. Guy Fieri on 2 kills. Nekomata on 1. Katz was also on 1. Jeeves on 1. Fox on 1. Dobbs on 3. Carboner at 5. Whiplash at 1. King on 3. FPS Freak at 2. Sambi on 2. Hurton on 1. Cullis on 1. None for Nem. Apuria has 1. Adriano on 7. Azarai on 1. Scav on 8. The gunner head over here on 14. Gek on none. Spotty on 1. Northrop at none. Tummington at 1. Looks like Op4 Command has left because they have a page of units left compared to Blue 4, which also has close to a page. So the numbers are still pretty even. Not counting the death counts, though. Sumu on 1. Bodhi and Jesse on 1. Mika on 1. But, I mean, just looking at the difference here, the highest I've seen is Gazag at 4. Bates is at 2. Kabubi was on 3. Micros on 2. Killer J and Norris both on 3 and still have... Killers hasn't lost a life yet. Kremit on 2. Yes, Boo. Okay. 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 Kremit on 2. Arkin on 1. Tom's on 3. Oddball. Okay, no, Depso's back. So, yeah, you can just see, like, Blue 4's tanks have been getting a lot more kills than the Op4 tanks, or the vehicle crews, mind you. Op4's made up for a little bit of it with the infantry fighting, but hasn't been much. And Carboner gets killed by 2 grenades that airburst above his cover and took him out. Our dryer is apparently backed up, so I gotta look into trying to fix that. Oh boy. I think from here it's going to be No, actually, I can't call it yet either. Scrolling out, seeing the sheer amount of forces still alive, we still have an hour to go. Yes, Blue Force still have a few tanks left, but, like, they're all being RTB'd right now because they never set up, forward triple R, so... Oh, now it's just a wait and see. We got 2 Op 4 coming along where these Blue 4 guys were. They might be out flanking now because these Blue 4 guys have been hunting those Op 4 dudes in this little tree line here for like the entire, well, half the game, I'd say. And now they've pulled around and they're going to now push up where Blue 4 is. Probably because one of them is still the drone operator. I don't see his drone up. Fren also doesn't have a drone anymore. Okay. But they were the drone operators, and they did have drones overhead, so they might have seen them going in. If Op 4 can rally all their forces and just sweep the other 2 sectors, I think they can do it, but Blue 4 can still do the same with vehicle support. But if Blue 4 are given the time to find and eliminate the remaining 2 BMP3s, and then the vehicles just... Well, they can't charge in, though, because we just saw one get taken out by the infantry group right here. So I think the vehicles are partially negated for Blue 4 at this point. Beyond that, I don't think there's much else. Are these guys... Yeah, they're shooting suppressed. Oh, shit! Dream's gotten 3 kills? You see, Dream must have gotten an SVD while we weren't looking. That's probably it. I'm assuming he's taken out some people in here and they were on their last life. So now you're just waiting to see who we can take out in the windows. Let's see. Did these 2 Op 4 guys get a Blue 4 pickoff, or did they run ahead? Nope, they found SX and took him out. Yana got an aircraft kill. He's running into the water, minimizing his target profile. Not a bad call. And he unfortunately takes a few shots after he leaves the water, realizing he got cold, and gets knocked. Then you got Cullis and Purton up here, and they're looking. One's got an ACOG. That's an SU-230. Now it's a wait and see. Trying to get the shots here. Gets the knockout on Fren. Now he's working on Arkin. Have a few more disconnects, so other flanks here have more combat. I think Op 4 actually has more soldiers on the ground, but that's because Blue 4's manpower are mainly in the vehicles. If this goes to a tie, Blue 4 is going to win because they've had control of their 2 sectors for a very long time, and then they had a big chunk of control on Sector 1 for a bit. So Op4 either needs to get one sector and hold it, or just snipe both immediately. Have a little bird over there. Now, this is part of the end game that, you know, a lot of forces have died on both sides. All of the heavy assets have gotten taken out, so now it's just a bit of a wait and see, unfortunately. We might have this BMP come up and rescue these two guys. Blue 4 up here, they do have AT, though. A stolen RPG and a Carl Gustav they found on a friendly body. So, in theory, they could snipe that BMP. Just Blue 4 seems very obsessed with holding that area. Sambi also does have that AT. And was using it to kill infantry earlier, so... give him a bigger target, I think he'll be able to manage. Beyond that, Blue 4 tanks are starting to redeploy. LAV flying overhead. Actually, not LAV, Little Bird flying overhead. It's only the MH variant, so it's transport. And is this BMP going to end up driving right in front of some of the AT guys? I don't know what it's doing up here, personally. And they're firing suppressed shots at the helicopter. Hey, you never know. Just takes one lucky headshot to knock out or even kill the pilot, and then it crash lands. And then, of course, naturally, this helicopter would then flown into friendlies and blown them up, right? Yeah, totally. Nemesis. Those are Op4. Nemesis. Did you take Dream with you? No, you went on your own. Okay. Well, Nemesis's adventure ended in a... Huh. You guys want a free scoped gun? Free rifle scope? Dream's now turning around. He might be able to find some people over here to pick off. Maybe he'll increase his kill count. And that vehicle... They might be moving up to this position to see if they can solo take it. Because if Op4, well, they've lost Sector 5, though, and they're now playing defense on Sector 3. Maybe the plan is these guys move around, come up, take Sector 5, BMP starts picking off things at Sector 7. Maybe that's their end game. Unfortunately, there's 2 tanks coming, so it's not going to last that long. The other BMP is flanking all the way around, so... And what, is the KA-60 following the Little Bird now? No, just looks like it. You know, maybe he is. It's tough to say. All right, Dreams has eyes on the burning vehicle. His gun scope is blocking him from seeing the main group right there. Zog taking his omen in 107. BMP's now pulling away. These two are going to potentially run up and try to take the sector, though. Let's look at the closeness of these units here. Blue 4 is not going to see these guys moving up the riverbed, even though they are a little exposed. I don't think they have the angle. Echo 4, though, might catch them in the riverbed. BMP still marauding around. We have the tank right here, I think, looking... Can't seem to find anything, though. We have the other tank flanking around, though, as well. And then we still have Dream looking around this tree line here, not realizing Op4 is moving right up to his position because his scope keeps blocking out where Op4 are coming in on. Dream, come on, look. Oh, come on, Dream. They were above your scope. Bro, stop hard scoping, bro. Look to your right. Oh, Dream. Dream, this is so hard to watch. Dream, please. Wonder if anyone on Op4 saw him. Dream, please. You see all these things to your right. He sees bodies up on the tree line. He's like, oh, there's more down there, isn't there? Come on, Dream. God, if his scope wasn't so big, it wouldn't be blocking his line of sight. He'd be able to see these Op4 coming. You know what gun has a smaller scope? An SVD. Ah, damn. Dream's in a lot of trouble here. Now we have, I think, the tow Humvee coming up. The 2 tanks are hunting around for that BMP-3. 2 infantry are still coming up as well. There goes Dream. Immediately headshotted. God, if only he had the SVD. What a shame. All right, looking back up at this riverbed real quick. These guys still moving up. Echo 4 might be in a spot to catch them. Not really. Little bird's flying around. This guy's turned out. They're trying to look up, but they can't look up high enough. Oh, shit. Wait. No, maybe they can. They're on the move. Arkin still moving up the riverbed. Blue 4 moving that 2-man team up as well. Are they trying to regroup with Blue 4? Maybe just got a regroup call to go hunt for that tank. It's, or IFE, excuse me. Hard to say. $60 degrees? That's a chilly BMP. Of course, you're talking about, you know, angle deprivation. I'm making a stupid temperature joke. Arkin now moving into tree line. Oh, BMP gets some shots out. Wait a minute. What? Arkin, you find a Humvee and you turn around with your gun down. Why wasn't your gun immediately going up for that? What? Anyway, Little Bird gets shot down. Tanks are now pushing where the BMP was. BMP's booking it out of here. BMP is instead now backing off from this angle. Friend getting shot at, runs into the open. Oh my god. Where's the BMP-3? It could be anywhere. Oh, there it is. Ah, damn, I lost it. Where'd it go? Ah, that slippery BMP. No freaking way. No, and friend's still alive. What? Miss. That was this team trying to shoot at it. That was Sambi, I think. Yep. Even friend had his AT out to help. Literally at every angle the tank was looking, there was either a blind spot or it wasn't looking at the BMP's direction, which is why it didn't see it, so they thought it like somehow booked it out immediately. That's amazing. And then the tank just looped back. Sambi, last life. Friend is now drowning. Is this his last life? No, he still has one more. See, now that he's hidden, FPS Freak doesn't know where he is. Alright, FPS, where did friend go? You're not going to find a body. Oh, wait, he found the body. He's going to have to drag him out of the river to double tap him. Friend is now a fish. Yep. Nope, he loots him instead. I mean, yes, he could just drown, but why risk it? Pull the body out and headshot him. Or toss an aid. Freak gets shot by, I believe, Tito? And friend drowned. I think Golf 2 is trying to... Oh! Oh, shit! The gun went down and knocked the ballistics off. Cook off. No cook off. That might help cook it off. Op 4 down to 1 BMP. One of the vehicle crews have taken that CR90. I mean, this guy, he is 12 kills away from the kill record, but can he muster it? Looks like Dobbs is the only guy that survived in this group here. Everyone else have moved on. Tank crews running. They have been promoted to infantry because there's no more armor pieces for them to take. They could run into Sector 5 if they wanted to. 45 minutes remaining. They're just going to hunker down and wait it out. Remember, Scav's vision is based off of movement, as we've come to learn. And they just pick a random bush and shoot it to fuck with them. The wild scav hunting his prey, yeah, right? I think I'm going to save the mission dev for after Stillwater instead. I'm going to bake some bread. I'm going to keep an eye on the dryer so it doesn't burn itself out. I'm going to relax. But we'll do mission dev tonight, definitely. I got to also announce the Halo Anti-Stasi campaign. Oh, they might see Pupper. Oh, no! Pupper! Bro, they just shot that man's dog. At this point, they're just blasting the shit out of everything. Something just deaded over here, because now the other tank's trying to get involved. Oh, they just spotted him. Even the other tank spotted him and hit him. Jesus. Looks like Op4's last bit of infantry is there, but looks like we do have some reinserts potentially coming in. Let's see what Depso orders them to do as they pull hammers out of their ass. No kill like overkill, exactly. Looks like Spotty and Head have switched places. Oop! They're suppressing the smoke. Looks like we have an RP. No, Carl Gustav that was stolen. Trying to look around for it. We'll see how much damage a Carl Gustav can do to that IFV. IFVs are generally softer. Well, we have these tanks coming in now. Sniper might be firing at these guys. Oh, they are, but they're hella under range. Jeez. There's the Carl Gustav shot. And the CV books it out of there. Might have been damaged by it, might not have. Hard to say. Oh, well, it did penetrate, and it kind of left... It killed something. It definitely killed something. He's just, getting... Might need an exorcist. Yeah. Huh. Anyway, King here on his last life. He gets shot by Kremet as he is maneuvering around. Also on his last life, Nekomata crawling around. Still has 2 lives left. King wakes back up. He's got that silly scoped RK-90 something. Only for Kremet to suppress through the bushes again and get a few more hits. Kremet climbs down. Dobbs is in a really interesting spot. He's got a full squad in front of him. But it looks like that full squad knows he's there. All right, Dobbs, you have to not die. Good luck. No, Dobbs, I said not die. Ah, God, it's like they don't listen. Explosions went off over here. And they're throwing explosive satchels. Okay, well, he's dead. It's like Kremet's walking up here to confirm the kill, and Nekomata's working on King. Group of 4 coming in to land right here. Lands a little too hard, and completely annihilates his tail rotor. So he's going to be forced to land for repairs. Op4 start opening up on that position. Ooh, nasty GL. That, I think, is Tunt trying to get it on him. Once again, my tracers are broken. And the pilot gets knocked, and a surviving member gets killed. And now Op4 honing in on these remaining blue 4 here. Meanwhile, up here, looks like Blue 4 is looking to try to sweep these remaining Op 4 on the northern side. Roy trying to suppress. And immediately shoots Tom in the face. Ouch. Blue 4 trying to push back against this Op 4 counterattack and is doing somewhat well so far. Northrop wakes back up, gets into cover, might be in an angle to flank. A GL blows a Blue 4 guy away, knocks out Ski. And now it's just up to FPS Freak on his last life, hiding in the bushes. Not waking back up, though. With what remains of Op 4, we've got, what, 2 people back here? I think Op 4 is about to run out of manpower, with the exception of what they have up here, but most of those guys are on their second life. So Blue 4, we might see these guys sneak around and get into there, and then these guys push through. Pilot just got shot, though. I think the armor elements are just going to go balls to the wall and clean up the rest of the infantry at this rate. Something blew up in the distance. That was potentially Blue 4 taking out an Op 4 vehicle. Op 4 transport truck. No, Op 4 repair truck. But yeah, I mean, it's the end of the game. They don't have any vehicles left. It's over. Dream got another snipe kill. Nemesis looking around. They're harassing these guys here. If they're killed, I think it's pretty much all their last lives here. Kabubi. I don't know if there's a radio vehicle back here that's allowing him to teleport in, or if he actually just ran it, but he's coming in. Let's do a quick check. Well, still has a life left. Some of these guys haven't even died, so that guy is one. Yeah, damn. So some of them haven't even died yet and have gotten a few kills. So Gazog trying to play counter sniper here. Dream, though. Oh, Gazog sees him. Shot is short. Dream immediately books it. Looks like Op 4 were able to clean up the rest of Blue 4 right here and maneuver along. Blue 4 on the northern side, though, but we also have the tank coming in. I think this is GG at this point. I think Blue 4 are going to win it. Op 4 don't have the manpower to assault the other positions. 34 minutes remain. Blue 4, we could see Dream sneak over, take Sector 1. These groups get taken out, and this Paltry group comes in for that. I'm not sure if they can score from vehicles, but... I think this is it. Let's see if Dream notices that smoke and tries to reposition here. An SV. Yeah, for the rest of Arma 3, we just got to bully Dream into using the SVD. You're exactly right. Now the game is super slowed down. We're just kind of waiting and seeing how it gets mopped up. If it stays tied on sector to sector, then it's it is what it is. But, I mean, we got Blue 4 holding the forward sector, so if Op 4 flanks around and tries to get that, there's going to be a final fight. Kremet has an RPG out. Ramio has an Carl Gustav out. That's a hit on the rear. Adriano's looking. Ouch. The other guy gets taken out by ground fire. Mino's the only one left alive. It's like he's trying to get the guys up here. Does get one, though. You know, in terms of the combat, I think, like, numbers-wise, Op 4's infantry were better than Blue 4's, which was really surprising, because Blue 4 had a lot of the heavier hitters. What brought Blue 4 back from that brink, though, was their armor crews. 10 kills, 8 kills, and 14 kills. You know? So, but for Blue 4's armor being superior, Op 4 probably would have won this one to attrition. But now it's just a matter of mopping up in here. There's a little bit of Op 4 infantry left. Dream might have the opportunity to run down and take that sector on his own. Got this vehicle coming in. These guys are on their last life, but... Nope, Friend still has one more. Good God. The CV90 hasn't been getting a lot of those kills. It was, they took that because they ran out of tanks. All of the kills, maybe -1. No, not even one. All the kills were from utilizing the Leopard 2A6s. Just saw another red symbol get deleted into town. As they're just pummeling this position with HE now. And this vehicle gets pummeled by HE. And cooked. 14 kills. 8 kills. And Head is somehow dead 6 ways to Sunday. I don't know what happened there, but now it's up for this crew to basically pick up the slack. You just have the surviving Op 4 getting knocked here. They're just going to take out the buildings. Leave nowhere for Op 4 to hide in the sector and then just go in and take the area. And then they're going to repeat that with the other one, and then it's going to be GG. Dream's still looking around. These guys are off maneuvering, but this is probably over in, I want to say, 10 minutes. AK, however long it takes for Blue 4 to actually send some infantry down there to take the sector. Because that's what they lack. But it looks like they might send up a team of 4 from that area back there. And then if they, lose a sector, they'll just send a tank or an IFV back to go clear it. But I'm like 99% confident this is a Blue 4 victory. You got Kabubi back here, gets spotted and immediately sniped. What'd you guys think, though? I think that's pretty much all she wrote. I know that a gripe I have about... Oh, and those two got HE'd. A gripe I have about Wargames is how long it is. Don't get me wrong, it's unique in it. I've done, 6-hour PvP. That would probably be a pain to commentate, but there's definitely some slow spots. in this format where we're just kind of, you know, sitting on our hands and, you know, just meant to have a conversation and chill. So this is a group of 5. They're probably going to dismount the tree line, walk in, take the sector, and then we're going to rinse and repeat on that final sector. So yeah, 10 minutes. We're done in 10 minutes. We might even see some vehicles go stage on the other position and potentially go and take that on their own. No, they left Cullis up there because he's a sniper. The rest of these guys are going to blitz in. And yeah, with all the vehicles supporting, I would do the dismount right here and then walk in. Because otherwise you risk driving up to Romeo here and getting killed. You Muppets. What did I just say? What did I just say, guys? You risk driving right up to Remo and getting killed. How the fuck did you know he was in that corner on that spot? Wait a minute. How did he know he was right there specifically to start mag... It's a little sus. A little sus. Like, I get it, because you can fire through this, but he literally started nailing that one position. Kiri gets taken out. Oh my god. But, I mean, it didn't look like he suppressed the corner. It looked like he was only shooting through the wood. But, again, I give people the benefit of the doubt, because it's also funny to watch this guy just wipe everybody. Anyway, remember what I said about driving up to Remo and dismounting? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. This is what happens. Yeah. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, what he could have seen from this angle is the gun stick through the wall. So I'm thinking he might have seen Kiri if he was prone or he was doing medical, like part of him clipped through, and that's what let him shoot through. Because it was pinpoint on him. That's what had to have happened. No way is he gonna steal the tow Humvee and start blowing up the armored vehicles. Do it. Holy shit, do it. Is it out? It might be out of ammo, though. That's why they blitzed in with it. Is the tube empty? It is, so it's out of ammo. I'm going to be honest, though. If he had a HUD or something to cheat with, his kill count would be higher. Let's be honest. That was 2 kills that he had previously, and then 4 right there, and then Kiri's a knockout. He would have more than 2 for the entire amount of the game. He would be much higher. Does he have demo? What are you doing? Hell, where's Azariah? Oh, they're in the frickin' camera so they don't see him in front of... That's funny. He sees the open door, so he's like, maybe... Wait! Oh, they spotted him! Spotty's like, huh? What? What happened? What happened? Why are you dead? What happened? Oh no. And no. Okay, I thought that was a tank round blowing him up. Ramo, no way. Okay, okay. Can I be honest with you? That was a little sus. He literally knew from behind the building the guy was in there, but at the same time he didn't see these two guys coming. But that was a little suspicious that he immediately honed in on the other guy. You know? Like, little bit of sus adding up here. Maybe he's just incredibly lucky. Maybe he was checking if the body had AT. Because he didn't then notice these two guys. Because otherwise he would have immediately turned right and started to engage them, right? Yeah, and then, with the turret not moving anymore. Again, like, there's not enough for me to officially call it. It's very clear when it happens. It's just those two instances back to back. Questionable, you know? And one of my jobs when I spectate is to kind of look for that behavior. But yeah, now another vehicle just needs to drive over there and take the other sector, and it's GG. These guys running over, though, they might be able to take the other one in time, but yeah. Okay, there's no way in hell, even with the Turtle Beach, if you're back here, you're going to hear the footsteps of this vehicle, because the engine's still on. It's not like you hear the thing power down. But still, it's not enough for me to say anything, but it looks... I'll let you guys be the judge. The court of public opinion. And you got 4 guys there. I mean, it's GG. That sector's taken. Now we're just waiting. Dream should be staging on the final sector at this point. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit sus, but not undefendable. Exactly. Yeah, just also could be luck, you know, your adrenaline's going. The dude literally did just kill 5 people and then start running around dodging tanks. So, I mean, you're going to be doing crazy shit when you're on adrenaline too, so... That's why I'm like, it's a little sus, but do you know how many people... Remember when Audrey Hotto broke the record for the first time in FNF? They literally stopped the next round so they could have an admin review to make sure Audrey Hotto wasn't hacking. And we literally watched him systematically clear everything. But to some people, they would claim sus bullshit too. So that's why, you know, that's why I'm definitely still on, I forget what his name was, but I'm on his side because you never know. But yeah, no, if he turned out and immediately, like, how would I word this? He basically went out and tried to get in this vehicle. If he immediately turned out and started shooting at these two guys right here, like, if he sprinted out the way he did, as if he knew they were coming over the noises of the tank and this vehicle, I'd be calling sus right now, hard. That's when it starts teetering, you know? But even so. Now I just need to see, basically, the tank rush up to the last sector and take it. Because they're going for broke right now. They got everything up here. So we just need to see the tanks pushing. One second. Alright, so now you got the tank rushing forward. It's going to go check, see that that's clear, run a guy in, and that's going to be GG. Maybe Op4 will be able to run a body in. I just don't know if it'll I don't think there's any overtime, so it's just if the sector gets taken, it gets taken. Yeah, they're just gonna drive right in. No, 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 in! In! Forward, yes! Oh, it's because they saw a vehicle. It was a UAZ, yeah. They're in, but it's not being taken, but they might be faking themselves out right now because that's because you can't take sectors in vehicles. Bro, just do it. Just dismount. All right. Fancy still has his Corman. But all the vehicles have left. I wonder where they've gone. This is going to be, because Blue 4 have more points, if this somehow still ties, game ends in 15, there's the sector being officially taken. We're pretty much GG here. You can take sectors in Vix? Alright, fair. I just didn't see the box getting filled. Please don't leave the sector. Ah. God damn it. Alright, we're just waiting for the end because they're going to take that sector before these guys can take. Well, no, they've started counting it down, but then we're just going to see a remaneuver. It's over. Blue 4 have won. I'm going to go start on my bread, and I got to watch the dryer. We'll be back at 10 o'clock tonight for a Stillwater bonus op because we aren't allowed to bring gear in. We're posing as civvies. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. I'll see you in a few hours. We'll do mission dev after the Stillwater stream. Otherwise, have a good one.